You got over like 40 million views on TikTok, like the OCD related content there. A lot of the time when filmmakers make a film, they make it, throw it to festivals, gets accepted or rejected to however many they submit it to, and they're like, now what? Okay, I'll throw it onto YouTube with the title as the title, and then publish it and hope for the best. Obviously, you have had a major outlier with OCD. You mentioned TikTok views, you mentioned stuff like that. Is there anything that you did marketing-wise after the film was completed, after it was ready to be publicly uploaded, that you think helped its success in that region?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm very much, not only am I the type of filmmaker that I think about, the edit and everything, but I'm also thinking about the market. I've always thought about marketing around my films, and I think it's one part of me that I really enjoy. Like, I just love marketing things. I think, like, if I wasn't a filmmaker, I would probably be in marketing somewhere, because it is really enjoyable creating something and then being able to get kind of traction and attention off of that. And so... And that's why I do really admire a lot of filmmakers who have been able to market their films. Like, even, Longlegs, whatever you thought about the movie, the marketing was phenomenal. Like, it was incredible. Even if you didn't like the movie, you have to admit the marketing was crazy. So most definitely, like, when we were doing the movie, when we're in pre-production, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm only thinking about the movie. And then when we were on set, I had my girlfriend, Bridget, who's also a co-producer. She was filming all the TikTok content, and that kind of alleviated any stress for me to have to focus on that, because I just want to focus on the actors and the story first. But as soon as we were done, I was like, okay, let me look at all the footage you got, and let me see what I can do. And then it's going on TikTok, doing kind of research, preliminary research, what's trending right now, what are people kind of connecting with, and then making content based around those trends, and then posting them at like the right times and whatnot. But most definitely the marketing was very intentional for OCD. We did, I think, like 30, 35 videos or something, and I had a whole calendar written out of like, this video is going on this day, this video that day, this video this day. And I was intentional about what video is going where, because also the way TikTok kind of works is if you're able to get a viral video, every video before and after that will also get kind of a boost in views. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put the viral video up top, and then the video that I think isn't going to do as well, I'll post it the next day. That way, if this one's going viral, it will kind of like help this one out. And I will say, I knew the marketing was going to be decently successful, but I was not expecting 40 million views and then to have all the content creators on TikTok and Twitch to react to the film and stream it. It was actually insane, but very intentional with the marketing.
And then that's obviously like an entire skill on its own, like knowing how to market, knowing what is like trending on social media, what will capture people's attention. Obviously there's way more to that than you could just explain in 4 sentences or whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's tricky, dude. Like, I've had people be like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. I think it's definitely something that it's also like a feeling in a way, and I've kind of developed that feeling even with projects where I'll read a script and I'll know that this is special. And I think that just takes time of like working and constantly doing things. And like, I remember before OCD, I was not really inspired to make anything until I heard that little idea from Connor, and I was like, that's special, And so like, and I don't really know how to explain that other than it's just like a gut thing. But yeah, definitely a skill. I'm not like the best at it, but I definitely do feel like I have an understanding for marketing for sure.
Yeah, I think I also noticed that in the comment section. I believe you commented something about like, please feel free to like upload or share OCD to kind of like any platform you want. Is that also you trying to like I guess get people to like post clips of it to get more attention on it?
Dude, yeah, like anybody posting anything, even if it gets 2 views, even if whatever it does is great, because then when you Google OCD or you Google my name, then those things will pop up, and then it kind of gives the illusion that it's more maybe popular like than it is, and then that also gives other people confidence to then go and like, well, I'm going to make a video now that this guy made a video. And, you know, we had a lot of TikTok content creators like Kodak Cameron and Bryce Vaughn, who they have like 2 million followers each. They posted videos which were very, very nice and received very well. But also a streamer named I'm Dante. I don't know if you guys know him, but he streamed OCD live, and he had like, I don't know, like 50 or 100,000 people in the stream. And it was just like, insane. Like everyone's in the chat like spamming like the Scorsese cinema, and like everyone's like and then people are like DMing me and like going on my Instagram and going, dude, like Dante's reacting to your shit, like you gotta go. And then I think he started a lot of the reactions. So when you type in like OCD movie reaction, there's a lot of people on YouTube. Like I've seen at least like 20-30 videos of just people reacting to it. And I'm sure that's come from him just because he's obviously like a pillar in the streaming community. And having people like that helps a lot. But that's kind of stuff you can't really bet on because that was just organic. Like I didn't reach out to Dante. He just randomly was able to see the movie. So that's something that was just a nice, you know, addition to our own marketing.
Honestly, that is such a breath of fresh air to hear how open you are with people reacting to movies that people make. Because I mean, I'm sure you know all about like the Ethan Klein thing that's happening right now in the YouTube world, like the reacts type of controversies that are happening. There are so many people who are, I guess, they really want to gatekeep their projects to the sense of like, okay, only I can have it on my channel. You're not going to see it anywhere else. And like, that is like, I mean, you're entitled to do it, sure. But I feel like a lot of people that do that aren't necessarily seeing the bigger picture and how if you do open it up to for people to do reaction videos and responses and stuff like that too, then that can just kind of balloon like the attention that it gets to a massive level. And then the next film that you make, you can kind of just ride that wave that openness created.
It's exactly that. And, you know, I've kind of always been like Chance the Rapper. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but when he first started out and making like mixtapes, he would just give his music out for free. He would let you like stream it for free. You didn't have to buy it. He would put the mixtapes everywhere. Everything was free. And this was at a time where obviously you had to like buy things and buy like CDs and whatnot. And if you were going to buy it on like Apple Music, you had to pay for it. Everything was free. And so I've taken a lot of inspiration from that because I've listened to interviews with him where he's spoken about how that just helped propel him even further because he was able to get the message out there to a wider audience rather than kind of like gatekeeping it to a small portion. And I'm even that way with like YouTube. A lot of people are like, well, why don't you charge for OCD or why don't you do this for that? I'm like, I want everybody to see it because the more people that can see it, then the more people you reach, and then, you know, you might meet that guy or that woman who's a producer who's like, I just saw your movie on YouTube. That's amazing. I want to help you and this and that. And I think a lot of filmmakers that I have noticed, like you guys have mentioned earlier, where, you know, they do the festival run and then they're like, what do we do? And I even noticed a lot of people don't even post their films on YouTube. They'll go to the festival run and then they'll just leave it kind of locked away for years and they won't post it because they're like, oh, it was at the festivals, I can't post it. Or, oh, I want to put it on Amazon Prime and then charge for it. And I'm just like, why? Like you're just... You know, I want as many people to see my movies as possible. And obviously, as you know, grow and you're doing a feature, you, of course, have to charge for those things because you're talking even bigger budget. But the stage that I'm at now, most definitely, I want everybody to react to it. There was a YouTube channel where they took OCD and they just made a shorter version of it where they like kind of cut out any fluff and then they made a vertical version. They posted on YouTube and it has like 3 million views and it's the whole movie. And I was like, and they didn't like... They tagged me in the comments, but I was like, that's cool. Like, more people that can see it, the better. Because then, you know, who knows? Like, I don't know who's watching. That's 3 million new viewers. I have no idea who's there. I'm not going to go and content strike them when that could definitely benefit me in a lot of ways.